In this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. Please leave a comment, like, and a share. And in the news this morning for October 28, 2023, two Jamaican farm workers in Canada involved in fight, one arrested. A Jamaican farm worker has been jailed while another was briefly hospitalized after the two allegedly got into a fight just as they were to return home from Canada yesterday. The incident happened at a farm in Ontario, according to an official with knowledge of the case. It's not immediately clear what triggered the argument that reportedly occurred just before the two men were about to board a bus for the airport. Their crop finished recently. The injured worker was treated for several stab wounds and later released. The incident comes as the Labour and the Social Security Minister, Pernell Charles Jr., tours farms across Canada for a first-hand look at the program amid concerns of alleged ill treatment by employers and behavior problems by workers. Charles Jr. and his delegation are expected to return to Jamaica this week. Man shot by the police in St. Anne. A man was shot by the police in Stepney District, St. Anne on Friday morning. He was taken to the Alexandra Community Hospital for treatment. The police say he was shot after he reportedly attacked a policeman while armed with a knife and a machete. They say a team went to the area to respond to a report of domestic dispute which turned violent. The man was seen by the police and he was accosted. He reportedly confronted a policeman who shot him. The incident is being investigated by the Independent Commission of Investigations. Foreign national pleads guilty to illegal entry. A foreign national on Friday pleaded guilty to illegal entry and was fined $7,000 or 30 days in prison in the St. Catherine Parish Court. 27-year-old Adolfo Contenida Gonzalez, through an interpreter, said that he is from Venezuela and apologized to the court for his crime. Gonzalez said that he had little knowledge about Jamaica and came to the country seeking employment. On October 9, Gonzalez was walking along the Hillshire Main Road in Portmore, St. Catherine, when he was stopped and questioned by the police. He was taken into custody, and the checks made with the Passport Immigration and the Citizenship Agency revealed that he did legally land in Jamaica. He also did not have any identification documents. He declared that a woman had invited him to Jamaica after convincing him that work was available. Gonzalez was subsequently arrested and charged with illegal entry. In court on Friday, Parish Judge Yvette Wentworth Miller stated that proper documentation needs to be ascertained regarding Gonzalez's nationality and the next steps. Efforts are to be made to get PICA to obtain information from Venezuelan authorities. The case will be called up on November 2 regarding the man's status. Guy wants a probe after teen reportedly turned away from hospital following alleged rape at school. Following reports that a female grade 9 student of a St. Elizabeth-based high school was raped by an older student at the institution earlier this week, Dr. Maurice Guy is questioning whether the proper procedure was initially followed in getting treatment for the schoolgirl. Guy, the shadow spokesperson on health, told the news that he was informed of the ordeal, which reportedly took place on Tuesday in a bathroom. Basically, what happened is that a contact reached out to me to indicate that the child was seen by the police and sent to the hospital. I was also told that when the child went to the hospital, she was told to come back the next day, and when she returned the next day with her parents, they were told that they could not be seen by the doctor for whatever reason, said Guy. I found that quite strange and odd, and I was also told that because of that, the parents are quite traumatized, as is the child. Consequent on that, I decided to reach out to the chairman of the Southern Regional Health Authority, who had said he would deal with it, and he had the regional director call me, Guy added. It is understood that the 14-year-old student was initially sent to the Black River Hospital. Guy noted that in his experience as a medical doctor, any alleged rape victim should receive treatment immediately instead of being made to undergo delay. I am a little challenged to understand and appreciate this, and I can only speak from a third-party source in that the usual thing would be that the police would take the alleged victim to the hospital. It came to my attention that she was told to leave and return, which is a little strange for me, said Guy. Be that as it may, that a particular area of referral needs to be investigated as to who dropped the ball. Secondly, for the child in a case like that to go to the hospital and to be told to come back the next day is unfortunate. When contacted, SRHA Chairman Wayne Chen told the news that the reported incident is currently under investigation. However, he noted that when a reported rape victim seeks treatment, the standard procedure is for immediate medical treatment to be administered. I have no real facts on the case, and the only thing I have heard is that an underage girl was sexually abused by an underage boy. Normally, the person would go to the police because it is a police matter, and in terms of their injury, the nurse or doctor on duty would make a determination at that point, said Chen. Seeing as it is a police matter, the police would have to be brought in, and remember that we have an underage girl here, so they would be examined by a doctor on site, Chen added. When contacted by the news, the principal refused to comment. Cops on duty at the nearby police station said they were not authorized to speak on the matter. Attempts to contact Deputy Superintendent of Police in charge of St. Elizabeth Coleridge Minto, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of the Area 3 Division, Glenford Miller, and Education Minister Favour Williams for comment were unsuccessful. Second man pleads guilty in the murder of Paulwell's infant daughter and her mother. Another of the men charged in the murder and kidnapping of opposition lawmaker Philip Paulwell's infant daughter and her mother has pleaded guilty. Rasheen Miller on Friday pleaded guilty to 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnap, 2 counts of accessory before the fact of murder, and 2 counts of misprision of felony. On Thursday, another accused, Richard Brown, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of kidnapping. They are to be sentenced on November 15 in the Home Circuit Court. 2 other persons, a man and the alleged mastermind Leoda Bradshaw, are charged in the case relating to the murder of 10-month-old Saroya Paulwell and her mother, 27-year-old Tashana Patterson. The police had reported that the child and her mother were brutally killed and their bodies burned and disposed of. The mother and the daughter were abducted from their home on Gilmore Drive in St. Andrew on September 9. Witness maintains cops fabricated aspects of statements. Denver Lynn Bobler Minot, the second witness in the murder trial of Everton Beach's Tauta MacDonald, yesterday again detailed how the Portland businessman's wife Tonya was killed and claimed that the police fabricated aspects of his statements. Minot in 2022 was sentenced to 19 years for his role in the murder of Tonya, MacDonald's second wife. MacDonald is jointly charged in the murder case alongside Oscar Barnes. The Home Circuit Court also repeatedly heard Minot professing his underlying love for Tonya, even as he watched as Barnes cut her throat and burned her body. Christopher Townsend, one of 4 attorneys representing MacDonald, asked Minot, "Yourself and Mrs. MacDonald went up to Sherwood Forest together according to you." Minot, in seeking to have Townsend clarify the question, said, "Myself, Mrs. MacDonald, and—" "Listen to me, sir. You will answer my question." Townsend replied, "Were you traveling together?" "Me and Mrs. MacDonald and—" Minot insisted. "Oh, okay. Who else was in the car?" Townsend said. Mr. Barnes, Minot said. It was at this point that Minot told the court he still loved Tonya, which he reiterated each time Townsend asked afterwards. Minot told the court that they traveled from Port Antonio to Sherwood Forest, where the murder took place in July 2020. He said when they got there, he told Tonya that he soon come back and got out of the car, as that was the arrangement between him and Barnes. Townsend tried to poke holes in Minot's evidence, claiming he called Tonya barefaced before he killed her. "You call her barefaced and then you kill her. The same day you kill her is the same day you call her barefaced. That's in your evidence to us," Townsend said. "No, sir, that's not my evidence to you, sir. That is what you have as your evidence," Minot said. He said that he lured Tonya to the location under the guise that she was going to pick up a firearm. The firearm in question was to be used in a plot to kill the person who murdered her father. Mr. Barnes come out of the car and step in back. On the right-hand side, the side she was on, Mrs. McDonald was sitting down, Minot said, laughing. Townsend asked him if it was funny to him then before accusing him of the murder. You find killing people funny? Townsend quizzed. Me never kill a soul from me, Barn, Minot responded sharply. He said that Barnes, armed with a knife in his right hand, began to stab Tonya. I don't know how much stab she get. Yes, I still love her, but I watched because I couldn't do better, Minot said under cross-examination. Minot said he did nothing to help the woman he loved and saw when her throat was being cut. It was at this point that Minot sought to paint a picture that the police changed the aspects of his statement. Townsend showed him a document dated August 3, 2022, to which he said he saw his signature affixed. So you're telling us that the police make up that and put it in your statement? That's correct? Townsend asked. I never tell the officer that. No, sir, Minot said. Still trying to discredit Minot, Townsend asked him about US $650,000 in counterfeit money that was at his premises, alleging he collected the sum as a proceeds from murder for hire. The police took that money from you, Townsend quizzed. No, sir, Minot said. So therefore you still have that money? Townsend said. Yes, sir, that's my personal business, Minot said. You're a wealthy man. Is that money earned from killing people? I'm just asking. Just answer me yes or no, Townsend said. I am not going to answer that, Minot said, even as Townsend persisted. Minot, during further cross-examination, said he could not read or identify words or things of that nature. He said that the statements in court were written by the police and then read to him before he signed. The trial continues on Monday. McDonald was further remanded while Barnes had his bail extended and is to return to court at that time.